are places in this country that the maps don't warn you about. Quiet little pockets of land tucked so deep into the rural wilderness that most people don't even know they exist. And sometimes, that obscurity is the only thing protecting the outside world from what lives inside them. Clearwater Hollow was one of those places. Nestled in the forested hill country of eastern Tennessee, it was the kind of village that felt frozen in time. Maybe 40 families. A single gravel road cutting through. Winters cold enough to crack bone. People there kept to themselves, but they kept to each other too, if that makes sense. In the early 1900s, neighbors shared meals and borrowed tools, and sat on each other's porches until the stars came out. It was quiet, peaceful, the kind of place you'd move to if you wanted the world to leave you alone. But peace, I've learned, has a shelf life. My great-uncle Nathan was a young man living in Clearwater Hollow when things started going wrong. It was close to 11:30 at night when the cold really bit down. Even bundled up under 2 layers, you could feel it creeping through. A handful of us were out at Ray's roadside stand. Ray Carroll, who brewed the best coffee in 3 counties and kept his porch lit late for company. We were just sitting there, boots on the wooden rail, talking about nothing in particular, when we all heard it at once. A child crying. Not nearby, but not distant either. That in-between kind of sound that makes you look around twice. My buddy Dale shrugged it off. Said cold nights do strange things to sound, carry at weird distances, make far-off noises sound close. Made sense to me. I let it go. I said goodnight to Ray, pulled my coat tighter, and started the mile walk back to my place. Now, 11 days before this night, a man named Harold Briggs had been found dead on this same stretch of road. Not just dead, torn, 2 pieces, every drop of blood gone from his body. People said a wild animal did it. Mountain lion, maybe. Nobody wanted to think about the alternative. I was about halfway home when it hit me, heat. Sudden, slamming, impossible heat. Radiating off nothing. There was no fire nearby. No building, no animal. Just open road and bare trees and that wall of warmth pressing against my face in the dead of a Tennessee winter. I stopped walking. I looked around. Nothing. I told myself it was nothing. I kept moving. But then the sweating started. I was drenched inside my coat, and some old animal instinct told me to run. So I ran. I didn't look back. I didn't slow down. I hit my front door, got inside, and sat on the floor trying to catch my breath. When I told my family what happened, they looked at me like I'd lost my mind. The next morning, a little boy was found dead on that exact stretch of road. Old man Silas Cooper's grandson, 7 years old, split clean in half. Not a drop of blood left. The village locked down after that. 7 o'clock, every door closed, every window shuttered. Nobody walked the roads after dark. The fear had a shape now, even if nobody could name it. 3 weeks later, Nathan's aunt was arriving by bus from Knoxville, and in the confusion of the reunion, her bag got left on board. Nathan ran for the stop. He caught up to the bus 2 miles out, only to learn the driver had already dropped the bag at the general store. Wasted run. Wasted time. Now Nathan was alone on a road he should never have been on. In the dark. In that cold. He heard footsteps behind him. He told himself it was another traveler. He turned around. There was a man. Tall. White. Built like something that didn't fit in a human frame. And as Nathan watched, the man's body began to change. Spines or shards, he could never decide which, pushed through the skin from the inside. The figure was drenched in its own blood, soaked black in the darkness, and it was smiling. Nathan ran until his lungs gave out, ran until he fell through his own front door. That night, 11 people in Clearwater Hollow died. By the end of that week, the village was empty. Every family loaded what they could carry and left. Within a month, the buildings were all that remained. They say if you drive out that way now, if you find the road, which isn't easy, you can still see the foundations through the overgrown brush. The locals in the nearby towns won't talk about it, won't even say the name. And some nights, people driving that stretch of highway report a strange heat coming through their windshields, even in the dead of winter. That story has haunted me since the first time I heard it. But I promise you, what I'm about to tell you next, It happened to someone still alive. Someone who will never, not once, walk home alone after dark again. I want you to picture this. You're 17 years old, it's late on a weeknight, and you're biking home through the dark because you stayed too long at guitar lessons again. You're not scared. You've never been scared. You've ridden this road 100 times. Now picture your bike suddenly slowing on its own, like something just sat down behind you. That's exactly how it started for Marcus Webb. Marcus grew up in a small town called Harlan's Creek, tucked into rural Kentucky, just outside the kind of forest that never gets fully quiet at night. He was a junior in high school, music-obsessed, the type of kid who sang to himself on the ride home without a second thought about the dark. His mom had warned him about that road for years. Something's out there, Marcus. Animals. Or worse. He never listened. Until the night he had to. I felt it before I understood it, Marcus told me. My bike just stopped pulling forward. Like the wheels were turning but going nowhere. Like the air behind me had gotten heavier. He looked back. Nobody there. Checked his tires, both full, no flats, no damage. He got off the bike and stood there in the middle of the road, heart doing something he'd never felt it do before. Then he heard the footsteps. There was a man behind me, big, moving fast. I couldn't see his face, it was too dark. But something about the way he moved, the way he breathed, it wasn't right. It wasn't normal. I just ran, left the bike, just ran. Marcus sprinted until he saw a gate ahead, large, iron, half hidden by overgrown hedge. He shoved it open and threw himself through it. He looked up. It was Harlan Creek Cemetery, the oldest burial ground in the county. Every headstone going back to the 1800s, the kind of place that teenage kids dared each other to visit on Halloween. But nobody actually went near after sundown. And Marcus had just locked himself inside it. His phone rang, his mother. He answered, started telling her where he was. Mid-sentence, the phone died. Not low battery, not dropped signal, just off. He tried to restart it. Nothing. He turned to find the gate he'd come through. It wasn't there. Not stuck. Not locked. Gone. The iron gate and the gap in the hedge had simply ceased to exist. In its place was a solid wall, 15 feet of old stone, unbroken in every direction. No cracks, no footholds, no way out. Marcus started moving through the graves, looking for another opening. And then he saw the man, sitting on a low stone platform near the back of the cemetery, smoking, just sitting there, calm as anything. When Marcus got close enough to see the man clearly, his stomach dropped. It was the same figure from the road, shirtless now, covered in blood from the neck down, like something had dragged him under a vehicle. And yet there he sat, completely still, watching Marcus with flat, patient eyes. Marcus ran. He circled the cemetery twice, 3 times, losing count. Every time he looked back, the figure was either there or gone, peering and vanishing. No sound, no pattern. And then Marcus made a mistake. He ducked behind a stone monument, pressed his back against it, trying to catch his breath. Something cold touched the back of his neck. He turned. The figure was directly behind him, inches away. I just stopped, Marcus said. I stopped running. I stopped fighting. I sat down on the ground because I genuinely thought I was going to die there. I made peace with it. Right there, in that cemetery at 17 years old, I just let go. Then headlights swept across the graves. His father's truck. And their neighbor, Dr. Calloway, who'd come along because Marcus's mother was frantic. They'd found the gate, or whatever version of it reappeared for them, and come in after him. Marcus ran toward the lights. He felt something release from his legs. Like hands, he said. Cold, strong hands that had wrapped around his ankles without him noticing, gripping tighter every time he struggled. The moment his father called his name, the hands were gone. They got out, drove home. Nobody spoke. When they pulled into the driveway, Marcus's mother had already called the pastor, who was waiting on the porch. He walked Marcus inside without asking a single question about what he'd seen. Marcus is in his 30s now, married, 2 kids, and he told me something when I interviewed him that I still can't shake. He said, "I've never been back to that road, but sometimes late at night when the house is quiet, I feel something cold on the back of my neck, and I don't turn around. I've learned that some things you just don't look at twice.